Am I an a-hole for recording my kid and proving that he's playing my ex and I? Our son, 5, has been having nightmares for the past few months. He'd wake up crying every night, and it was pretty distressing. We got him into therapy, but it didn't seem to be helping. I got a little suspicious after a month. I'd hear him walking around his room an hour or so before he starts crying. But when I got up there, he'd be back in bed. I brought it up to his mom, but she just said he'd started sleepwalking. And when he woke up, got back into bed because he knew he wasn't supposed to be up. It made sense, so I left it. Now, the way we deal with his nightmares is very difficult. She'll get up, make him a bottle, sometimes run him a bath, get him into fresh clothes, and then put him in her bed. She also was start giving him his pacifier back. I soothe him and get him back into bed. I'll get him a bottle if he asks. But otherwise, I'm just intent to both of us getting a good night's sleep. He became resistant to my method a few weeks ago and would instead scream for his mom. The first couple of nights, I put him in my bed and slept on the couch. But the third night, I called my ex to come and get him. It works pretty much like that every night. This week, I put up the old baby comes into his bed. He used to have it on a fixture above his crib, so it wasn't too difficult. Lo and behold, he woke up completely fine and started playing with his toys. After about 40 minutes, he quietly put them away, got back into bed, and started crying, like usual. I sorted him out, got him into my bed, and the next day I called my ex to tell her about it. She didn't say much regarding the situation, but telling me we'd bring it up to on therapy. She was pretty angry though, saying I violated my son's privacy, and she no longer felt comfortable letting him stay the night. I told her she was being ridiculous. She grabbed the kiddo and left. The next day in therapy, I naturally brought it up. Again, my ex diverted the conversation and we essentially wound up arguing. We left and headed back to mine. After a little, she said that it didn't matter that he was acting up. He clearly needed more attention and love, and I was trying to make him seem like the bad kid. I told her that wasn't the truth, but we need to take steps to punish him for lying. Lying is bad, and he shouldn't do it. She's still angry, and so much not got through her. A mutual friend agreed that I was wrong and should spoke to his mom regarding it. And I kind of get where they're coming from. But I still think it's a well suck situation rather than just me. Am I the asshole? Am I an a-hole for telling a kid's dad when the mom wasn't doing anything about her behavior? Yesterday afternoon, I went to my brother's birthday party. There were some people there I knew through him and that were there with their kids. That is notorious for misbehaving. She's 9 or 10 but hasn't quite learned to share and play nicely yet. I'll call her Becca. Well, I was over playing football with my nephew and his friend, and I noticed that Becca was being mean to the little kids. I'm talking 4 to 5 years old. Anything that they played with, she wanted to, and would basically yard it out to their hands. I tried diffusing the situation and encouraging her to play nicely and share, but she ignored me. The last straw was when she pulled a ball away from a girl, and the girl fell. I went and told Becca's mom about her behavior. The mom said, "Okay, I'll take care of it," then proceeded to sit and continue her conversation. Where she was sitting, she couldn't even see her kid. Well, in the meantime, probably 5 to 10 minutes, Becca had found a jump rope and started swinging it around playing helicopter. Well, she was getting awfully close to people while doing it. I'm 100% sure that she was doing it intentionally and trying to hurt someone. I went and told her dad, and he stopped what he was doing, walked over there, and yelled at her. Then her mom got up and told him not to yell at her, that she'd talk to her. Her mom got in my face and said not to tell them how to parent, that I don't have kids, so I need to mind my own business. I said that wasn't going just to stand while her kid is acting like a brat. She was like, she has an ADHD. She doesn't understand. I said, yeah. So do I and my parents didn't let me act like that when I was a kid? She got pissed and walked off. My brother later told me that the guy I thought was Becca's dad was actually her stepdad, and that I should have just come and get him instead of confronting them. That Becca is special needs, and you have to handle it in a certain way with her parents. I'm comfortable yelling at someone else's kid, but at the same time, I couldn't just sit there and let her bully trying to hurt people. Am I the asshole? Am I an a-hole for yelling at my dad for kicking my boyfriend out over saying bon appetit to the guests? I, 22, have been with my boyfriend, 24, for over 9 months. He's sweet and polite, but my dad doesn't like him that much. He has many classy friends and was hoping that I'd date one of their sons, but they're all self centered and mean, despite being mean to him in the past. My dad's become civil whenever my boyfriend visits. So last week, my dad had important guests while we stopped by to visit. My mom insisted we'd have dinner with them. Dad didn't like it and kept making remarks about my boyfriend and how his outfit didn't fit the occasion. But we didn't know. My boyfriend excused himself to the bathroom, and before leaving the table, he said, Bon appetit to the guest. Then they went to the bathroom. My dad followed him, and I followed Dad. I saw Dad arguing with my boyfriend near the bathroom. He was berating him for telling the guests Bon appetit, which was insulting. Insulting how? I asked. He said it was insulting of my boyfriend, who isn't the host, to say these words to my dad's guests, as if he was inviting Dad's guests to eat, when it's Dad who should be doing it. I pointed out that my boyfriend's mom is French, so it's pretty common. And besides, Dad doesn't own Bon Appetit line. At this point, it was clear that he was using it as an excuse to start shit. Dad said he felt disrespected and claimed that my boyfriend knew that it was wrong and rude to do that. But this was nothing but a power play on my boyfriend's part and some sort of effed up mind game that he was playing with my dad. What the fuck? Dad demanded that my boyfriend leaves and not come back till he apologizes. And I quote, no second chances. You disrespected me. You insulted me in my house and you're out. I yelled at him and told him that I get it off. The high horse. Then we went too far with his ridiculous behavior and disrespected towards my boyfriend. I said we wouldn't be seeing him till he has the sincere apology and the proof of change. Then we left. Dad kept calling for days, saying he wants me to come over and visit, but I refused. Not until this issue gets resolved. As expected, he's refusing to apologize, and Mom said I was being too hard on Dad by yelling and no longer visiting when it's not me who is argued with. I didn't barge. Am I the asshole?